of one of the great Chazanim of all times, Yosef Rosenblatt. Distinguished itself from other places. Could there be said to be a Brooklyn style? Did the borough have an influence on the music? And if not, can you speak about different styles that existed side by side?
A chazan is a chazan, and whether they lived in Brooklyn, the styles that they had, the Chazan they were talking about, a lot of them came from Eastern Europe, from Poland, Moshe Mussorgsky. So I really can't, I don't see any particular Brooklyn style of Chazanut. The style that was in Brooklyn was the style of great Chazanut, if you can call that a style. And there were different styles within the Chazanim. For instance, you had the Kusevitsky brothers that kind of took the world, the Chazanish world, by storm when they came here. And that's a good thing, and that's not such a good thing. in my opinion. Neither of them, and I'm a big, I sang with Moshe in the choir, and David was a dear friend of ours and a regular customer at the Saxon Mendelssohn's Delicatessen, 5413 New Utrecht Avenue, Brooklyn 4, New York. Right. Ulster 19829. As a kid, I thought that was the end all, the be all, and the end all. I mean, they were wonderful Chazanim, but they had something else. They had an extra gear on top of their voices that no other Chazan had till then. It was something that we had never heard before, and so it drove people nuts. My own dad, who was a really good maven of artistic Chazanut, he was taken by storm. He came home I was a little kid, but I remember the first Shabbos that Moshe came. My father couldn't explain it. He just opened his mouth. It was Jackie Gleason. What? I just heard something that I never heard before. And, but it wasn't the most artistic Chazanut. You could hear artistic Chazanut. For instance, there was not such a well-known Chazan. There was a Chazan Rabinowitz in the Sephardic shul, just 3 blocks away on 14th Avenue. Didn't have a big voice or anything, but he could put you away with a phrase and send you into the hospital. I mean, the man had such a feeling of kavanah, and he had a whiplash coloratura and a wonderful davener. And Moshe Genshoff, Genshoff once told me in a fit of I guess he was just frustrated that his type of Chazanut wasn't as popular as the Kusevitsky's. He says, Jackie, I'd like to see what he could do if he had my voice. And that's that was the key, but we could talk about that later, but the Kusevitsky style was more like gymnastics, vocal gymnastics, good Chazanut with vocal gymnastics that no one had ever achieved before. I mean, triple doubles and quadruple half gainers and holding high D's while people in the shul would actually whip out tuning forks. In the shul, they'd plunk it and listen, and they'd say in the middle of the prayer, "That was a D. It was a D." I mean, nobody ever did that when Quarton davened. When Quarton davened, you simply cried. But the effect that it had on the borough, John Q. Pubba, the waiter in my father's deli, little guy, Frank Erner, he'd walk around serving the customers, and he was a big Quarton fan. Would you like an open Turkish sandwich? French fries freshly cut. The cab driver. Everybody knew Chazanis. Everybody knew it. It was our music. WEVD, the station that speaks your language, we heard Chazanis all day long. And it was our heritage. It was, I don't want to, take the microphone too long. We'll get back to other things, but it was all over the place. It was our music.